The council chamber aboard the Galactic Federation flagship buzzed with alien chatter as the human delegation was escorted in. Ambassador Kane walked steadily behind the guards, his weathered hands gripping an ancient metal case that had drawn curious stares throughout the ship. "What primitive relic does the human bring before our grand assembly?" sneered Commander Voss, his forearms gesturing dismissively. The reptilian alien scales rippled with amusement as other delegates joined in mocking laughter. "High Admiral." Rex, towering above the assembly with his crystalline carapace gleaming under the chamber lights, raised a massive claw for silence. "Human Kane, you have requested an audience to demonstrate why your species deserves continued membership in our Federation. Our patience grows thin with your kind's outdated technology and stubborn refusal to adopt our advanced systems." Kane nodded respectfully, setting the case on the demonstration platform. "Honored delegates, I understand your concerns. Our ships are slower, our energy weapons less efficient, our armor lighter than yours. But there is one area where human engineering has never been surpassed." "Enlighten us," Rex rumbled, his voice echoing through the chamber's acoustic systems. The human opened the case with careful precision, revealing a weapon that appeared almost comically simple compared to the sleek plasma rifles and quantum disruptors carried by Federation forces. The rifle was made of dark steel and worn wood, its design unchanged for centuries. Several aliens burst into open laughter. "You jest surely," Voss hissed. "That ancient projectile launcher cannot penetrate even basic energy shields. Our newest recruits carry weapons with 10 times the stopping power." Kane lifted the rifle, with practiced ease, checking its mechanisms with the fluid motions of someone who had handled such weapons his entire life. "This rifle fires a simple lead projectile using chemical propellant. No exotic particles, no energy matrices, no quantum fluctuations. Just physics that have remained constant since the universe began." "Exactly our point," Rex declared. "Why should we maintain alliance with a species that clings to such primitive methods? Your weapons are museum pieces." The human ambassador smiled quietly. "With respect, Admiral, you misunderstand the demonstration. This rifle represents something your advanced civilizations abandoned long ago in your rush toward complexity." He gestured to the chamber's massive viewing screen, which displayed the Federation's most advanced battlecruiser floating in space nearby. "Your ships are marvels of technology. Shields that can deflect stellar radiation, hulls that self-repair, weapons that manipulate matter at the quantum level. Truly impressive achievements. Yet you mock them with this antique," Voss interjected. "Not mock," Kane replied, raising the rifle to his shoulder. "Demonstrate their weakness." Before anyone could react, the human fired. The rifle's sharp crack echoed through the chamber, a sound so different from the typical hum and whine of energy weapons that several delegates jumped in surprise. On the viewing screen, something impossible happened. The battlecruiser's mighty shields flickered and died. Emergency lights began flashing across its hull as systems failed in cascade failure. The chamber fell silent. "What sorcery is this?" Rex demanded, his crystalline features darkening with rage and confusion. Kane lowered the rifle calmly. "No sorcery, Admiral. Simple cause and effect. Your shields were designed to deflect energy, to redirect particle beams, to absorb plasma bursts. They were never designed to stop a physical projectile moving at 2,000 feet per second." Commander Voss's scales had turned pale. "But the distance, the accuracy, that ship is over 1 kilometer away." "Human marksmen have been making such shots for generations," Kane explained. "When your species developed energy weapons, you abandoned the fundamentals of ballistics, trajectory calculation, and mechanical precision. You assumed your shields made you invulnerable to primitive attacks." The viewing screen now showed Federation engineers frantically working to restore their flagship systems. The single bullet had punched through the shield grid's focusing array, causing a complete system failure that would take hours to repair. "This is a fluke," Voss protested. "One lucky shot means nothing in real combat." Kane opened the rifle's bolt, ejecting the spent cartridge. The metallic clink as it hit the floor seemed unnaturally loud in the silent chamber. "Commander, your personal shield generator is the same design as the ship's, merely scaled down," Would you care to test its effectiveness? The reptilian alien stepped back instinctively, his hands moving to protect his torso where the shield projector was mounted. Admiral Rex studied the human with new interest. You suggest that all our defenses are vulnerable to such simple weapons? Not all, Kane admitted. Physical armor still works perfectly well against bullets. But shields, electronic systems, complex technologies dependent on delicate balance, they all share the same weakness. They were designed to counter sophisticated attacks, not simple ones. He closed the rifle case with quiet dignity. The Federation's strength lies in its advanced technology, its unity, its shared knowledge. But every system has vulnerabilities. Humans have survived by remembering that sometimes the old ways work. Precisely because they are simple, reliable, and unexpected, the chamber remained silent as the implications sank in. Their most advanced defenses, their pride and technological achievement, could be defeated by weapons their ancestors might have recognized. Admiral Rex finally spoke, his voice thoughtful rather than mocking. And you share this knowledge freely with your allies? Of course, Kane replied. The Federation's enemies will eventually discover these weaknesses themselves. Better that we prepare together, combining your advanced technology with human understanding of simpler principles. Together, we are stronger than apart. The vote for continued human membership in the Federation was unanimous. As Kane departed, many delegates were already requesting detailed briefings on human military doctrine. The old rifle had done more than punch through shields that day. It had punched through assumptions, reminding the galaxy's greatest civilizations that wisdom often lay not in complexity, but in understanding when simplicity was the most sophisticated solution of all.